Kia ora, good morning and welcome to Canterbury Live. It's Wednesday the 20th of May. I'm Lisa and I'll be filling in for Andrea today, who will hopefully be feeling better and back on board tomorrow. Now let's start off the show with a few giveaways. Take a look at this. There it is, the fantastic UE Mega Boom, which could be all yours. All you need to do is go to our Facebook page, like us and message your details to go into the draw to take that one home for yourself. That's not the only thing we're giving away though. We're also giving away the To Hell with Poverty book. Andrea caught up with the author last week and that could also be yours, along with the Hoyts vouchers there. You can take your special loved one to a movie. We've got so many giveaways. We've also got this beautiful painting by Ira Mitchell-Kirk, which could be yours. And we don't stop there. It's also New Zealand Music Month, so we've got fabulous t-shirts and bags to give away too. All you need to do, as I've said already, either give us a call on 3777 033 and talk to Marianne. She loves to hear from you. Or go to our Facebook page, like us, and go in the draw to win those. Now, we've got a great show lined up for you today. Angela Stone will be in to talk fashion, and who doesn't love talking fashion? We've also got Diane Ramsey from Retropolitan. She's a very funky lady, bringing in some special Kiwiana stuff for us today. And it's now time to catch up with Shrinking Violet. Here's Andrea.
Laura, I'm going to put you on the spot today because I want you to give me a normal menu or a menu item and give us the paleo version. Because I think that will really help people, don't you?
Definitely. There is always that one meal that you go to for comfort and you're like, obviously it's not going to be the best for you. It's probably packed with sugar, carbohydrates, lots of the stuff that you probably don't want to incorporate, especially if you've been living this way. So I know when I first started, nachos was a really big one for me. My favourite thing to do would be I will finally cut up some kumara and so it'll be into fine discs, maybe like 2 millimetres thick at the most, and I will brush them with a little bit of oil, some sea salt, and oven bake them until they're sort of starting to brown a little bit on a low temperature, and then take them out and let them, when they cool down, they'll crisp up like chips. And then on top of that I will normally spice a chicken thigh with some cayenne pepper, some garlic powder and a little bit of cumin. Pan fry that, slice that up, put that on top, and then I love guacamole. I make guacamole very regularly, so avocado, mash it up with a fork, put almost a whole lemon worth of lemon juice in there, a little bit of garlic powder, lots of salt, lots of pepper, and mash it up and it goes on top and it's amazing.
It's simple but delicious, isn't it?
Exactly, and you're not getting the guilt of going and eating a whole bag of Doritos.
Good old Doritos. Okay, what's another one?
Another one that I like to have, or actually I made last night, total comfort food coming into winter, was a fish pie. You know how your traditional sort of white sauce is made from a roux with flour and milk, and I made it I used coconut oil as my fat instead of butter, and then I put some arrowroot or tapioca flour in to thicken the roux, and then I put in coconut cream as instead of obviously the milk, and waited for that to thicken, threw in my fish pieces. Before I'd started that, I'd also roasted up a tray of pumpkin and kumara, which I blended. I didn't bother to put any butter in, just simply because it would go too loose. And when making a fish pie, you always want to look at it and think, how much will I need to cover the top, and then use more, because I guarantee you'll need more, and anything that is left over you can use for the next day, and make a rundown meal from that. And then I put in some monkfish and some prawns into the mix. I would have loved to have put some bay leaves in, and I put a bunch of garlic powder, and then I had also put some onions in as well. poured that in, topped it with the coumarin pumpkin puree and put it in the oven for 20 minutes.
Oh, that sounds like heaven. I want some of it now.
It's
My
amazing.
goodness. You've said that twice. Garlic powder.
Yes, garlic powder I just find easy, especially if you're like dusting like chicken thighs, chicken breast, any kind of meats. Garlic powder is really good because you're not going to get the burnt bits of garlic on it, especially if you're cooking at a high temperature. And I just didn't actually have any fresh garlic on hand last night, so I just put some garlic powder into the mix.
Okay, before we go, give me a dessert that we will all love that we couldn't normally have.
Waffles or pancakes?
Ooh, pancakes.
Pancakes, there are actually a couple of different ways. One that a lot of people will know that's really quick and easy is obviously your banana pancakes, where you mash a banana with a couple of eggs, mash it all up. You can put some blueberries through it. You can fry that then and there. That's one option, but the preferred option is when I make one that has almond flour in it. I believe it's 4 tablespoons of almond flour. This is just single serve, and I will sometimes put a tablespoon of cocoa powder in, and then either 1 to 2 tablespoons of tapioca or arrowroot, depending, an egg. I think it's 2 tablespoons of water. Mix that all up. I don't put any sweeteners in it. And then I will pan fry it until golden on each side, pop that out, and then I will top it with some berries and a bit of pure maple syrup.
Oh, that just sounds like heaven
Really
and a
good.
mouthful. Now, these recipes, you always make them available.
I do.
So where do we go? To your Facebook page,
Yep.
your website?
So they're all up on my Facebook page. I do have some ebooks available through my website, which do have the pancake recipe in it, which will be either in the breakfast ebook or the sweet treats ebook. So I do have 3 of those, and the first original ebook does have some dinner options in it as well, like lamb curry, Thai fish cakes,
Yum.
all sorts of yum stuff. But also I do have a range of recipes available on my Facebook page, and to find them you normally just click the photos tab. You have to scroll through quite a lot, and you just click on the pictures that you like. If there isn't a recipe there, I would have either linked it in the comments, or if it's not in that main blurb, you can always comment and ask me what the recipe is.
Simple as that. Shrinking Violet, just Google her. She's there, she's everywhere. Thanks, Laura. See you next time.
Lovely stuff. Joining me now is the absolutely stunning, hello, Angela Stone.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. We were just talking about how cold it was outside.
Look at me.
Exactly, we thought we might talk a wee bit winter fashion.
Yeah.
So, trends, what's going on?
Do you know there's some really clear trends that are coming through that the shops are just really hot about, and there's definitely that polo, the high neck polo.
Really, it's coming back.
It's so back.
See, I'm terrible with fashion, so as soon as we start talking, I get really, wow, what's going on here?
Yeah, that's definitely one of them, and big chunky knits as well.
Oh, that sounds cool. I like that.
And deliciously warm. Like I was shopping with a client yesterday at Westfield, and in Portman's they have the most amazing high roll necks and big chunky knits, which you can put on with your skinny pants, which is really cool. But actually we were just talking about the pant department, and that real on-trend look is that more of a flared leg. So do you remember when we were all wearing like bootlegs?
Yep, back in the day.
Exactly. And then we went to skinny pants.
Now, I've just started wearing skinny jeans, so I'm interested to hear that now they're possibly going out.
Yeah, they are.
Finally catch up.
They are going out. They're more of that flared look, and the way to wear that is to wear like a little crop top, like similar to what I've got on today, little crop top, or a little top's like a peplin, which comes in at the waist and flares out over the hip.
Oh yes, I like that.
Yeah, and you can put a little wee belt around the waistline there, and then you've got your wide leg pants. Very elegant, very sophisticated. But I know it's going to be a really difficult trend for a lot of people to pick up.
I know.
And one of the colours, the really big colours for this season, well, actually there's a couple of them. There's grey, that real marl grey look, and mulberry.
Yes, I love the sound of this one.
Yes, mulberry's a really nice alternative to red. You know, for those that don't like to wear red because it's so bright and bold. Yeah. The mulberry is like wine, that beautiful Merlot kind of colour.
I like the sound of that as well.
I know, it's really
Now,
delicious.
you were just mentioning tartan before, was it? Is that that's coming back?
Yeah, tartan is really big. And one of the ways to wear this is to have 2 different types of tartan.
Whoa, mixing it up.
Absolutely.
Ooh.
So if you've got a red and a black and white tartan, then mix it up even with the yellow, black and white.
Is there a possibility to get that wrong, to get the mixing that up terribly wrong?
Do you know, I think it all comes down to confidence. When you've got the confidence, you can actually do
pull
anything.
off anything.
Yeah, and just pop in a really bright, like your lipstick, which is just gorgeous.
Teresa did this for me today.
Oh, she did well. Bright, popping lipstick, and put a plain coat over top of it. Maybe something like a poncho or a cape, which is also really on trend as far as a jacket's concerned. Yeah, or even a trench coat. But I think probably for your tartan look, I'd be more inclined to go with a poncho.
Now, are there things, like you're talking about different, obviously, styles and things like that, are there things that different body types shouldn't be going with, like the high neck?
Oh, yes.
Things like that? I mean, could we get that wrong?
Well, absolutely. I think understanding your body shape is so, so important. And we could spend hours talking about that. But one of the things is, especially that the higher the neckline, the fuller the bust will look. So if you fall through that area, you don't want to have really high necklines. Yeah. You have to be quite mindful too of the body shape when it comes to wearing the big chunky ribs, so that the chunkier the rib, the chunkier one can look as well.
Oh, okay.
So if you look for a rib which might have little holes in it, it's not so dense in the fabric. It makes such a difference.
There's so many tricks to learn with it, and that's where someone like you comes along, I guess, and is quite helpful to someone like me who really needs the help. And you do help people like that, don't you?
I help people every day. As soon as they leave here, I'm going to a lady's house. The lady I actually worked with yesterday, I took her shopping. Then I'm going to her house and I'm getting her new clothes and putting it into her existing wardrobe. And then I'll take photographs of complete outfits.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, from her jewellery to put the right shoes with the right outfit, so she'll never have to think about it again.
I like the idea of having the photos there as well, so you can always go back and go, oh, actually that was a really good outfit.
Yes.
I'll go back to that one.
Oh, look, I do this with all of my clients, and then they have a reference and a guide. So what happens is they can literally lie in bed the night before, go, right, I'm going to wear this tomorrow. So they're totally organised.
And ready to go the next morning, all set up, nicely hung up in the wardrobe, I assume, not on the floor.
Oh, no clothes on the floor.
No, definite no. Well, thank you so much for coming in, and Andrea will be here next time you do pop in. I know you guys like to catch up.
Thank you.
All right, join me after the break when we get funky with some Kiwiana. Welcome back to Canterbury Live. Joining me now is Diane Ramsey from Retropolitan. Hello.
Good morning, Lisa.
How are you going?
Very well.
That's good. Now, we're talking Kiwiana today.
Yes, we are. And if you look up Kiwiana, it'll tell you that it's often kitsch, which is a German word meaning rather overdone, like a cuckoo clock.
Ah, okay.
Not to be found in homes with the best taste. But we seem to have developed a lot of this over the years. Underneath all this, I've got an amazing table with the top covered in matches.
So you've actually brought this table in yourself, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
Beautiful. I like it.
I wouldn't say it's beautiful.
I think it is, though. I think it's quite
But
funky.
if you had a batch, you might think that was just the job. My mother-in-law made me one of these when we got married in 1968. Her husband was president of the Working Men's Club, and there were matches everywhere, and he used to bring them home. She used to soak them, and she made wonderful designs.
How long would that take?
Lord knows. But it was an era when there was no TV and people needed to keep busy.
Yeah.
She also was very busy doing plastic baskets, and that's the traditional thermos flask picnic basket.
So she made those as well?
She didn't make this one, but she did that kind of thing. And there were chairs. Anybody who's my age will remember that there were bar stools and chairs, and those are very popular at the moment.
Gosh.
Now that's a bit of Kiwiana.
Yes, what have we got there?
That's sovereign wear. It's not a very good example, but people who are older than about 55 will remember the lovely rulers with the native woods, and it would have the little blocks of native wood along it with their names. Rewa was the native honeysuckle. That's very figured, and it's in there. And they were made, I did write this out actually.
Oh, you made some notes, aren't you?
Made in
Gosh.
Wanganui.
Oh,
or
cool.
whanganui as it is now, by injured returned servicemen in the late 1940s and 50s from New Zealand native
Gosh.
timbers. So they were able to use up all the little scraps, and there are people who do collect them, and some of them are very beautiful: fruit bowls, nut bowls, picture frames, frames for chopping boards.
So how do you end up with all of this stuff?
Well, a lot of the things I buy are from people who are downsizing or getting rid of mum or dad's stuff.
And do the things mean a lot to those people, or are they sort of...
Generally, they're a bit past it, but it was an era when you didn't throw anything away. And it hasn't got value in itself, but if you were in a batch, that might be to keep your keys in by the back door or something like that. Well, we've all seen that,
We have
of course.
all seen that.
That's very trendy.
That's definitely Kiwiana.
Yes, and they're making them now, so you can get new ones, but that's actually made in New Zealand. Everybody will remember a tiger tea.
Yep, definitely.
And cake tins. Everybody had cake tins.
Do they use them so much anymore?
Well, I still get people, and a fellow rushed in and he said, very businesslike, "Have you got a round cake tin?" I said, "Yes." He said, "An elderly lady baked me a cake, and I didn't know I was supposed to give the tin back." And
So what did he do?
so
Got
he
rid of
wanted
it?
to replace it.
Oh dear.
So,
Men,
because,
no idea.
well, she'd probably had it for 50 years.
Oh.
These little glasses, I haven't taken the prices off, but these little glasses have got a Kiwi motif. That's the konini. And this one I think is manuka. There were koais as well. This is what you bought your peanut butter or Marmite in. Just after the war in the 50s,
Oh, wow.
Sanitarium put out these glasses. This little size was generally Marmite or peanut butter, and this would be for that or for jam, and they had a little clip-on metal lid.
Gosh.
And then, of course, you could use them afterwards because all imports were cut down, so you didn't just buy jars and chuck them out.
I was going to say, I thought the little one there was a shot glass, but no, obviously not.
Well, perhaps, but then again, we did drink smaller portions then. That might be what you got if you ever had juice as a treat.
Oh, wow.
This is...
I
don't-
love this. Yeah,
I don't
as soon as you
know
pulled it
whether
out, I
this,
said, "Oh my gosh, that's so
is
cute."
classified as Kiwiana, but
Oh,
again,
I love it.
the same reason people did the match tables and the basketware, you had to busy your fingers and try and make your home beautiful for as little money as
See,
possible.
and I think that is beautiful.
And so you didn't want vulgar toilet rolls. Well, they didn't have lovely plastic toilet roll caddies and things, and she's rather a delight.
I think that is gorgeous.
This is rather older, but if you went to the batch, perhaps there were more shells on the beach in those days, I don't know, but this is just, well,
There's
lovely.
so many different ones in there as well, isn't there?
Yes, and I've got candlesticks and wooden boxes in the evenings at the batch, or, you know, when you'd collected them and taken them home, you stuck them on. You've only got to go to the powerhouse to realise what a
Yeah.
craze that was. And this is made from a panga
Oh, wow.
tree. That's the beauty of a panga inside. And that's just a big vase. You can actually see the fibrous interior.
Wow.
So they came in pencil holders, vases, all sorts
Very
of
cool.
things.
Now, I'm sorry to have to interrupt
Timers,
you because we
yes.
do love having a look at what you've got. But if you do want to find out more, you can do that, and you can check out the website www.retropolitan.co.nz.
Thank
Stay
you.
with me after
Lovely.
the break.
This is home, babe, and I can find the words to say.
All right, it's time to check out some New Zealand music. So we've got a video now by Aldous Harding called Hunter, which some of our own CTV crew worked on. Take a look at this.
He's a hunter, he's a good man. Be brave, He's a hunter, he's a good man. Be brave when he brings you nothing home. He's a hunter and a good man. Be brave when he brings you nothing home.
Thank you so much for joining me today. Now make sure you tune in tomorrow. Andrea might be back if you're lucky, and we'll also have Moses and Phil Brady along with a lot more, so make sure you tune in then. Have a great day.